Hey folks, Marty Nowicki from Impact Snap coming to you from the Turning Stone Resort and Casino in upstate New York. Today I want to talk to you about golfer's elbow. What are some of the causes and how can you help alleviate some of the pain you're feeling? So in order to understand golfer's elbow, you've got to really understand what is the wrist trying to do when it comes into the golf ball. If I were just going to hit an object that was right next to me, I would want to do so with the wrist bone actually leading the way, or in what we call a flexed position. Super important. Here's some simple terminology. I've got cocked, uncocked, or radial and ulnar deviation. I've got flexion, extension, and I've got supination, which would be the left arm moving in a counterclockwise fashion. And in swinging a golf club, I'm going from a cocked position to an uncocked position, but I still have to worry about the club face when I get near the golf ball. Too many players that are experiencing pain either in their forearm or behind their elbow are at impact. Remember, that's a 1 pound weight at impact with a cupped, or we call that an extended left wrist, and or too much rotation going through the golf ball. If we understood the grip, I've got the heel pad right on top of the club, 3 fingers are pressuring, and I don't mind if you give it a little extra squeeze as long as the wrist is able to move. That's the genius of what Kelvin Mayahira invented, coming up on 10 years with the Impact Snap. The genius is it takes into consideration all 3 of these moves so that I get the uncocking or ulnar deviation, I get the flexion, and basically if I do all 3 moves, if I get the ulnar deviation or uncock, if I get the flexion, or bowing, and if I get the supination, the way this is designed is that nice yellow ball will hit the bottom of my trail forearm. And any other appearance than this would really be incorrect. So I don't want to see a golfer going through, if that yellow ball misses the forearm, well, then I know that the wrists are really in a compromising position. Remember, we're swinging a 1 pound weight at about 80 miles an hour. If the wrist is in a compromised position, that can lead to some of the pain that you're feeling. A couple simple exercises: hand flexion and extension, even to the point where you push against a wall so that you can really stretch out the finger muscles, the finger joints, the ligaments, tendons. I like getting the thumb stretched also. You can do that up against a wall. And then as you're up against the wall, I actually advocate using some rotation. Rotation is not a bad thing in the golf swing with your forearms. It's just understanding how and when does it occur. We would never want to see it rotate before impact because now my wrist is in that compromised extended position. I know a lot of people have purchased this yellow impact bag over the years, and a lot of people have experienced the elbow pain I'm talking about because they don't understand that when you hit the bag. Now, I've loaded the bag with 15 pounds worth of old towels and sheets and stuff. I need my wrist in a stable position. One way I like to teach using the bag is that when I do hit the bag, the resistance is on the bottom end of the golf club. So my wrists will actually continue to move forward. Now, as that's happening, I really like seeing the club work away out, toward the outside. Okay? And I want to see the club face closing. you'll notice how I'm starting to spin the bag as I'm looking at it in a counterclockwise position. The bag truly represents the ground. So when the club hits the ground, there is a moment of resistance that the club gets slowed down while the wrists have to keep moving forward to fight through the ground. If I'm in a compromised position with even the littlest of extension, then I can really start doing some damage to my wrist and or forearm. So when using the bag, I want to see the wrist continue to move forward. You don't have to hit it all that hard if you are in a leveraged position. If you've watched the other videos, I talk about that lowercase letter y a lot. Now I'm expanding on it because once I achieve that lower y, I want to increase it momentarily where the wrist bone goes forward, the club is swinging outward, and the club is still closing. I hope that this video helped. Please hit the subscribe button down below. We look forward to your comments, and it helps us to make our next set of videos for you. Thanks for watching. I'm Marty Nowicki with Impact Snap, signing off.